Welcome. Let's take a look at our top story. Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny's team has said that the nerve agent used to poison him was detected on an empty water bottle from his hotel room in Siberia's Tomsk. Now, this new insight suggests that he was poisoned in Tomsk and not at the airport, as previously thought. Now, previously it was suspected that he had been poisoned with a cup of tea that he drank at Tomsk airport. Navalny fell violently ill on a flight last month. He was airlifted to Berlin for treatment. Germany says that he was poisoned by Russian nerve agent Novichok. Russia says it has seen no evidence that he was poisoned. A new video posted on Navalny's Instagram account showed members of his team searching the hotel room he was occupying in Tomsk on the 20th of August, an hour after they learned that he had fallen sick in suspicious circumstances. It showed his team bagging several empty bottles of mineral water, among other items. The post said that Navalny's team decided to gather up everything that could be useful and hand it to the doctors in Germany. The post also said that a German laboratory had found traces of Novichok on the bottle of water from Tomsk hotel room. Navalny is Russian President Vladimir Putin's most prominent political rival. His investigations of official corruption, published on YouTube and Instagram, have reached audiences of many millions across Russia. Now, Russia has carried out pre-investigation checks but says it needs to see more medical analysis before it can open a formal probe. Britain has said that it was almost certain that Russian intelligence services carried out the attack on Navalny. Germany, France, Britain and other nations have demanded explanations from Russia, and there have been calls for new sanctions against Moscow. Now, Fred Weir, Russian affairs expert, joins us live from Moscow for more on this. Good evening. Thanks, Fred, for being with us. Now, the latest that we are hearing in this case is that Navalny's poisoning is being linked to a bottle of water in his hotel room, not the cup of tea he drank at the airport.
Well, yeah. Let me first say that I have the deepest respect for Navalny and his work, and I'm so glad to hear that he's conscious and active and planning to return to Russia to resume his activities. I think that's great. But this story really, unless you're someone who doesn't probe and ask questions about it, is really getting weird and tangled and hard to make sense of. Like, how utterly unprofessional would these supposedly ruthless agents of Vladimir Putin, presumably the secret services, have to be to have left the evidence lying in the hotel room to be scooped up by Navalny's people 4 hours after he checked out, at least 4 hours. It just doesn't, I mean, it does not compute. The story gets stranger and stranger. And I don't have any real operative hypothesis for what did happen. Something obviously did happen to him. It's very serious, and I hope we get to the bottom of it. But a lot of people are weaving stories that strain credibility.
Right, Fred, but Russia has carried out pre-investigation checks, and they have said that it needs to see more medical analysis before they can open a formal probe. Why would they delay opening this probe?
Because they don't have the evidence, or they're lying. It's very possible that they're lying and stonewalling. But what is normally done in these cases is that evidence is presented and a criminal investigation is opened. And if the Germans want to call the Russians bluff, they should do that. Turn over this evidence, show it to the Russians, and then say, okay, now start your investigation. Again, I don't make sense of the way this is unfolding. And at the same time, you have to note that an awful lot of geopolitical interests have a deep investment in this story. Right now in the European Parliament, there's a move on to sanction Russia, to get the Nord Stream 2 pipeline canceled. Like, a lot of geopolitical opponents of Russia have been animated and propelled into action over this story, and they're using it, and that's all the more reason why I really wish we could get straight answers that we could believe.
Right, Fred, you've touched on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, so that would obviously involve Germany, but Britain has also said that they were almost certain that Russian intelligence services carried out the attack on Navalny.
Well, then they must be almost certain that Russian intelligence services are a bunch of complete idiots, because that attack, as described, is utterly incompetent from the point of view of any professional killer. And I say that not liking professional killers in any way, but they do have a code, and it's not to kill innocent bystanders by slathering a deadly nerve agent onto water bottles, which they leave lying around. It just does not hang together as a story. And the Brits either know something that they're not telling us, or they're making it up, and that's possible too.
Right. Fred, thank you very much for bringing us that analysis there for all that's coming out of Russia.